Hi, friends. I'm back. I'm back for stream number 2. This stream, the Sarah Boone, where the attorney says this is not pro bono, Sarah, was supposed to have started at 2. I had to push it back to 3 because we had a little bit of a breaking news situation in the Crystal Rogers case. If you missed that stream, it is... You can go back into the channel after this stream is over, okay? And check that one out. So, anyway, hi, everybody. Thanks for coming on over. Coming on over. Make sure, thank you, QB, coming in, doing all of her cute little moderator duties. I love her so much. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Put your DNA all over that. We don't collect it, though. We don't collect or analyze any of your DNA. We don't do that here. We just collect it by way of thumbs up buttons. That's it. Do all the other YouTube things like subscribe, hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. Had to fix my eyeliner. My eyeliner was a really bit sideways a while ago, and I didn't realize it until I saw myself on the camera. And I was like, yeah. Looks like I got a little bit sideways with my eyeliner. But anyway, I fixed it, and I fixed a cup of coffee. Look, QB, I have it in my Fill Me Up Lord cup. And also, while I was fixing my coffee, I found a McDonald's receipt. You guys, don't be sleeping on these McDonald's receipts, because if you notice up at the top, I don't know about yours, but mine has a buy one, get one free sandwich. So, don't sleep on those. That's what QB likes to say. Don't sleep on those. If you're new over here and you haven't already joined, we have memberships now. We have memberships here at the Crime Cafe. We have super cute emotes. You will see QB put them in the chat. In the chat, they look like they're supposed to. But if I like show the emotes here, like not pin it, but like show it here on the screen, it comes up as a bunch of wonky words, and that's not what it really looks like. And I'm offended that StreamYard hasn't figured out how to make them look right. Hey, Spins. Hi. Hey, Tanika. I'll be back in 31 minutes. Oh, my goodness. She sent that comment at 1:28 today. That was when I was going to be going live at 2. I'm so sorry it got pushed back. But it's live now. I'm so sorry. Hey, Michelle. Hey, I told Kathy at GRI that we were giggling and laughing about how funny she was yesterday. She may show up. Who's Kathy? Cherie. Hey, Cherie. Shall be an interesting day. It is. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Chaloon. The thumbnail of her face. I know. I love that face. She's like, I can't even do my lips like it. It's like her lips are like a triangle upside down. It's like a triangle. Weird. Hey, Miss King. Michelle sent QB an email. Hey, Miss Brenda. Oh, I did move it, Miss King. I know. Hey, Callie's back here today. From the other stream to here. Hi, Callie. Welcome back. Hey, Miss Billy again. QB says, Michelle, I would pass out if she came in. Who? Does that have something to do with what? QB, I sent you a text, ma'am. What was that she said? What? GRI. Gossip, rumor, and innuendo? Is that? No. Michelle told her about us? Oh my God. I would lose my whole week. QB says, yes. Oh my God, I would lose it if she were to come in here. I know QB would lose it. QB is like, loves her. All right, let me get back to into the swing of things here. Mary Lou says hello again. Hi, Mary Lou. Kiddo will be home from school here in about 35, 40 minutes. Brenda says, I'm back. Let the wild, wonky Wednesday continue forward. Oh my God, right. It's been a wild and crazy day. That was me putting my eyeliner. I had to fix my eyeliner, man. Had like a chunk missing, right? I don't know how I missed it. Let me see. QB said, I'll fangirl so hard. I love her so many muches. I'll try to contain myself. I would lose it if she would pop in here. I would lose it. Recovery addict. I like him a lot. Another fave of mine, and I text him all the time. I really do like him a lot. Okay. What? Oh my God, Margaret. I cannot with you. Okay. Y'all are doing the most today via text and via Discord. Y'all are doing the most. I have to turn my phone off. Not off, but shut my notifications off. But Margaret, that is hilarious, and I am offended. I'll tell you all about that here in a minute. Burner phone. What about a burner phone? What? Y'all, it's going to be close to 100 degrees out here today, and I'm upset. Yeah, I like Recovery Addict. I like him a lot. He gives me I want all of his fancy equipment. Okay. Really? She's literally just barking at her butt. She's sitting here on the floor and she barked at her butt. I think she farted. She's a weirdo, my dog, Poppy. She's a Boston Terrier, by the way. All right. Michelle and Margaret are exploding. Your puppy ate your fancy curtains. Well, my dog just barked because she farted and she barked at her butt. So. QB said, I have the motions be filed yesterday. I know you want that cup. Scan it into Fetch. Right, QB? I did do that. My bum is looking so cute to my bun. Okay. Gossip, rumor, and innuendos. Yes, she asked, and I told her to come hang out. I love it. Hey, Shellbell, welcome back again. QB, ma'am. QB, thank you. I had someone one time jump on me because I jumped on them for sending me a super chat. And they're like, I've never seen anybody get mad at people when people super chat them. I'm like, it's my way of saying thank you, and you need to stop it right now. Thank you to the bestest host and chat in the land of tubes. Love you. Also, I would die. She would die. But thank you for the super chat, QB. Here we go. You got some glitter. You got some sparkle, baby. You got some sparkle. Okay, my computer is literally telling me to shut tabs down or it's going to explode. Hold on a minute. Let me shut some tabs down. Let me shut some tabs down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Don't shut that one down. Uh-oh. Oops. Not me over here with the, you know, stream playing in the background. Okay, let me get caught up now. Now, let me get caught up. Spins says she's going to send all of us that package if she gets that job. My God. Recovery Addict has the burner phone. He has the burner phone because he takes call-ins, right? Is that, or am I mistaken? He does call-ins, don't he? Mm-hmm. Me too, Poppy. Me too. That is true. His sound is good. I know, right? Blows me away. But he's got all these fancy dancy things. Like he's got a computer set up behind him. It's 15 minutes in and we still ain't talked about Sarah Boone. That's okay though. I got to get through these comments. Sarah Boone motions the new lawyer. Okay, well he was quick on that. Take my blessing, don't take your blessing. And look at that, Spins. Thank you, Spins. Spins gifted 1 Crime Cafe membership. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. You're so cute. Thank you for the sparkle. That's so sweet. Now I want to know who got it. Did Chaloon get it? Did Chaloon get the gifted membership? QB's yelling Chaloon's name. I'm assuming Chaloon got the gifted membership. Correct. The burner phone is for text and call-ins. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Smart cookie. You know, I've seen a lot of YouTubers do the call-ins. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. It gives me like way back vibes, way back in the day, you know, when people would call into the radio station and talk about random things or whatever. Oh, hey, Callie, welcome back. I never thought any lawyer would be crazy enough to represent her. More or less what this is number 9. This is number 9. This is number 9. Yes, this is number 9. And I'm going to be honest. I like the guy. He also gets a lot of telemarketers and plays along with what they're trying to sell. Yeah. He's pretty awesome. I was watching one time he was on vacation. I don't even remember what case I was watching back then, but he was on vacation and was like streaming from his hammock. I'm like, you're the most, man. All right. I'm going to are we taking bets on how long? Actually, I think somebody mentioned yesterday that we should do a poll about if we think he's going to stay or will he stay or will he go? Da, 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 da. All right. Let me copy. I had the link open and then wouldn't you know, I X'd that tab out because I was busy Xing tabs out because my computer told me to or it was going to explode. So fine. All right. I have this. So if you guys did not, God almighty, it's super loud and obnoxious. If you guys did not catch, okay, if you did watch yesterday or last night's premiere on Court TV with Vinnie Politan, it was great. If you did not catch it, we're going to watch it together. Do a little commentary, a little reaction, a little review. Because the new attorney says he's not doing it pro bono. No. I think everybody thought he was going to do it pro bono. I did. And I was super shocked when I heard him say last night that he was not doing it for free, Sarah. It's not for free. So, let me share this tab. This, yes, QB. This attorney is like, you're going to pay me. It's going to cost you 1 million Dr. Peppers, and you can pay me 15 Dr. Peppers a month. That's how that's going to go. All right. It was a really good, I will say the interview was really good. I also appreciate that Vinnie was like tight-lipped and he let the attorney do all the talking. Vinnie just almost didn't get a word in edgewise, but maybe that's why him and Sarah get along so well. I don't know. She's going to prison. Where is she getting money? I don't know. You tell me. But in his opinion, he's going to get her out of prison, and she is going to have to pay. That's a very good question, Callie. I don't know what their arrangement is going to be when she finds out she's not leaving jail or prison. So let's start this. It looks like it's about 44 minutes. We're not going to watch the entire thing because towards the end of it, there's he brings his like think tank in, or whatever he calls them, his like expert friends. We might watch a little bit of that because there was one part where he talks about somebody that may go down to Florida to help in the attorneying aspect. She'll have to give him all of her license plates money. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look. Take a listen.
On February 24th, 2020, Sarah Boone and her boyfriend, George Torres, were spending an evening together at Sarah's home. The two were drinking, and what happened that night is almost inexplicable. George got inside of a suitcase that was then zipped shut. At one point, he wanted to get out and pleaded with Sarah to open the suitcase, but she refused. Instead, she turned on the video camera on her phone and started to record as George begged for his life. Still, she refused to unzip the suitcase. George died, and now Sarah has been charged with second-degree murder. Once she was charged, Boone was locked up in jail waiting for her trial date. But each time the trial was scheduled, it got rescheduled again and again and again. The main problem, Sarah's difficulty with her representation. 8 different attorneys have tried to represent her, and all 8 have dropped out of the case. The judge said 8 is enough, and he was going forward with the trial, so she would have to represent herself. And then,
something that I really appreciated too was when we were watching the hearing yesterday. Do you guys remember how Judge Cranick was like, he stopped and he's like, well, I'm going to give you a little bit of information here about how things have gone. I'm sure you've caught up with a lot of this information. I think I hear a husband. Hold on just a minute. Yes, it was the husband. He's getting kiddo off the bus. I had to make sure. Yeah, I heard a husband. Okay, so what I was saying though is that the part where the judge is basically telling attorney number 9 um, that, you know, we've had 8 other attorneys. Attorney number 1 did this, 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 and this. Attorney number 2 did this and this. I mean, he went through the list of the attorneys and what they did and blah, 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 blah. I thought it was pretty cool because Judge Cranick was like going to say, you basically have all these attorneys who have done a lot of legwork for you already. So, hey, Laura. Laura always comes in with the like eyes. But yes.
And Sarah Boone filed this want ad looking for a lawyer. Would anyone answer that ad? Would anyone step forward to save Sarah from representing herself? Tonight, we speak live with the man who answered the call, the man who will, believe it or not, represent Sarah Boone.
Ooh. Y'all that watched this with us yesterday, did you guys see her googly eyeing him? She was like winking and like being a big old weirdo.
I'm Vinnie Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. I'm back from vacation. The calendar has now moved. We're past Labor Day. We're in September, a new month. And what that means really in the judicial calendar is a lot of cases get set up for the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And every year after year at Court TV, there are always huge cases that are ready to go, whether it's September or October. Get the big ones on the plate, get them going before the holidays hit. They'll be here before you know it.
Look who it is, you guys. Look who just walked in the door. Hey, you. Hey, Mr. Totally Not a Cop. Hey, we had someone come in here. Donnie, not Wahlberg. Was that who we were talking to, QB, when we were saying, well, we have Totally Not a Cop? I can't remember if it was him or if it was Chrissy from yesterday. Anyway, we mention you, Totally Not a Cop, fairly often over here. We miss you when you're not here. And yes, of course, we're going to cover this dumpster fire. I mean, who wouldn't? Okay, it was Chrissy. Okay. Because she's a cop. But yeah, we've missed you, man. We've missed you. Hope you're doing well. What stories are you following along with, T-Nac? What cases are you keeping your eyes on? Would love to know.
So the fall is always prime time for big cases on Court TV, including one that we've been following, and I've been following for years now. It's getting close to half a decade on this one. Talking about the suitcase case.
The suitcase case.
The one where the suitcase is not for the remains of the victim after the victim is murdered and then dismembered. No, the suitcase in this case is the murder weapon.
Yep.
Never seen it before. It's a first, but that's the case that prosecutors say they have against a woman named Sarah Boone. And Sarah Boone first called 911 and said she found her boyfriend dead in the suitcase and they were playing hide and seek. Like, that was the original story that we heard when this story broke and we first started covering back in 2020. They're playing hide and seek, and I was trying to figure out how does that work? Did he zip himself in the suitcase? If so, how did he do it if they're playing hide and seek? But the more you peel back the layers of what happened in her story, it wasn't traditional hide and seek. She has seemingly conceded or admitted that she zipped up the suitcase, at least in some of the information that's been made public so far in this case. So that was back in 2020. And then we kept waiting for these trial dates to happen again and again and again, and they never seemed to happen.
Wonder why, Sarah. I mean, wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that you've been through 8 attorneys and you're on your 9th one. Been too busy to follow much of anything, says Totally Not a Cop. I get that. Callie says her brother is a homicide detective. And she said, I finished my criminal justice degree next year. Wow. Not to mention, your profile picture, you're cute as a button. Pretty, 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 pretty. I just love how he just said her last name. Sarah Boone. Okay, y'all, I have a question. Why, in the name of all that's holy, why did he agree to get into the suitcase to begin with? I'm not getting in a suitcase for anybody. I have no idea. I have zero idea. I would love to know that. I would love to know the answer to that question. No clue, because I can't believe that she put him in the suitcase. He had to have willingly gotten in there. I don't know. It makes zero sense to me. But that's a really good question. Totally Not a Cop says, I work most days from 8 till 9 at night. I volunteer as a fishing instructor for kids and families on the weekends. Busy, busy. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. That's very sweet. Oh, Morgana's face is numb, you guys. She went to the dentist. She went to the dentist. I hope somebody got a video. I wouldn't fit in a suitcase either. There's no way you couldn't. I mean, maybe if it was like a cargo container, you could get me in it, but no. But George is a super skinny guy. I mean, he's kind of, I don't know how tall he was, but no. Yeah, I hope your face is not so numb here in a little bit, Morgana.
Never happened, because there's always a problem with Sarah Boone and her lawyers. 8 different lawyers have left representing Sarah Boone. 8. Something else I don't think we've ever seen before here on Court TV through all these years. That someone can't find a lawyer that she gets along with, that will be willing to step in and represent her in this case. So at one point, the judge just had it and said, you got to represent yourself. And we've seen on Court TV how that turns out for some defendants like Darrell Brooks. It never ends well for someone representing themselves, especially in a case like this. Is a second-degree murder case. There's a lot at stake here. And for someone who's never tried a case, someone who's not a lawyer, to try to go up against the state and try to prove or try to challenge the prosecution's proof, you're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be a disaster. You know how that one's going to end. So I think Sarah Boone was smart enough, and I think she realized that.
Darrell Brooks. I know yesterday we had, I think it was Donnie, not Wahlberg, came in here and he said I keep thinking Donnie, not Wahlberg is a guy, but it's a girl. Anyway, she said that now that Sarah has an attorney, as long as this attorney stays on the case through trial, you just got to get through next month, buddy. Just get through next month. Anyway, he's like, she's like, it won't be as entertaining with Sarah not representing herself. And that's true. That's true. I still feel like she's going to be a lot to handle. I feel like she's going to be a lot to handle. She's very narcissistic, and she's also a know-it-all, obviously, if she's narcissistic, right? But I'm just thinking, like, her attorney is going to be sitting there at the defense table, and she's going to be beside of him, and she's going to be the one that's like, oh, you forgot to ask, blah, 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 blah. You forgot to say this, blah, 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 blah. Get back up there and say, blah, 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 blah. Tell the judge, blah, 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 blah. That's how I feel like it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Margaret, oh, totally not a cop, said her boyfriend was tiny. Yeah, he was very skinny. I just don't know how tall he was. Maybe she dared him like my brothers did when they dug a hole at the beach and told me to put my leg in it. They buried me up to my hip and ran away. Feel for you, Morgan. I hope it helps. I hope to have major dentistry done soon. No tight spaces. Remember when this first happened, I knew this would be an insane trial, and that was before she fired 7 attorneys. Daryl Brooks. Have a sip of Pepsi, no straw. And she said, I just did, Margaret, and now I'm wearing it. I'm sorry. It's because you're numb still. Totally not a cop said she may file a motion to fire him and take over herself with him as standby counsel. A lot of people wondered if that wasn't what sort of was going on to begin with. Like, they're a standby counsel. But apparently, yeah, she's like, yeah, we need to, I don't know what I'm doing, Ossifer, Judge. I don't know what I'm doing. I do not say blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you do need Margaret's sippy cup. Yeah. We do need to buy Morgana's sippy cup unless Margaret wants to share hers. I don't know. Hey, Tanika, welcome back, honey. I'm sorry that I was not here when you typed in the chat at like 1:30 today. I did have this stream scheduled for 2 p.m., but because there was a breaking story in the Crystal Rogers case, I bumped this stream back to 3 p.m. so that I could do the Crystal Rogers stream. I'm sorry. Margaret's not the spiller today. He's risking a lot for her. Someone else will have to cover all his cases, plus have other people who work to help him, who also won't be getting paid. Oh, thank you, Totally Not a Cop. You gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Look what we do over here for the super chatters and the membership gifters. Thank you, Totally Not a Cop. I appreciate that a lot, a lot, a lot. You're just too nice. Thank you. I try to be nice. I ain't got time to be ugly. God don't like ugly anyway. I'm glad that it's all good. Yes, go over and check out Tanika's 2 cents that's in the chat right now. She's got a lot of really good coverage on Sarah Boone. And you can tell that Tanika is a digger. She likes to dig into the information. She's a digger. She's a digger. One for coffee and one for water, says Margaret. Oh, Kathy was mentioning Tanika this morning. Yeah. Tanika's the one that she has the break room with the Dr. Pepper. Yes. Tanika, I was just saying that Sarah's going to have to pay her attorney in 1 million Dr. Peppers because he's not doing this pro bono. And she might have to pay him 50 Dr. Peppers a month. Mm-hmm. Rogue, hey, welcome back today. So she's not only going to prison, but she's going to be paying his legal fees for the first few years of her incarceration. Well, he says in this interview, when we get to it, we'll get to it with Vinnie here. But he says specifically that because he has a month to get ready for her trial, he has to close his whole practice, and he's got a couple of attorneys that are friends of his that are offering to help. And he, you know, can we talk about that? When is she going to be able to pay? Is she paying in honey buns? Honey buns, ramen, whoever's cutting her hair. I don't know who's keeping her hair cut for her, but maybe she needs to give, up a few of those haircuts, and that would maybe help pay. I have no idea what she's going to do. QB, ma'am. QB, stop it. QB, don't come for me, she says. I'm coming for you, ma'am. You need to knock it off. QB just gifted 10 Crime Cafe memberships. I need to know who are all of the recipients. If you guys have received a membership gift from QB or from Spins gifted one earlier and Totally Not a Cop gifted one, you guys, if you received a gift, please tell her thank you. Tell them, whoever you received it from, thank you in the chat. You guys are just too much. Tanika, you guys, stop it. I'm not good at the accepting all of this. Thank you, Tanika. You guys are too much. I know, my whole chat's going to have a membership. You guys in the chat also, if you have not turned on your membership gifting option, make sure you turn it on. I know Ween Baby says her account is, is, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh my God. Really? Really, QB? Oh my God. Lucky person. All right. Hold on. I got to throw out the glitter dude, you guys. It's time for some more glitter, some more sparkle. You guys are so awesome. You so awesome, you guys. Spins. Oh my God. Every single part. You get a membership. You get a membership. You get a membership. Goodness gracious. I can't with you. Callie. Okay, there you go. QB just says right there, opt in or out of gift memberships. Go to an eligible channel's live stream, which is here. Within the live chat, click allow gifts or click the pinned membership gifting. Confirm you would like to opt in by turning on the allow gift switch. I've been told, or I've seen in other chats, that people say that you don't have to turn them on anymore, that you're just automatically eligible. But I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. Would she get any money if they make a movie about her? I wouldn't think so, but they usually don't allow that. like there's a law now, I think, that I can't remember what it's called, or if there has to be some sort of like condition set by the judge specifically that says Sarah Boone is not allowed to make any monetary, gains, or if they are, that those would automatically go to her bill, her fees. So, Callie says I'm lost. Yes, gifted subs are chosen at random. Yeah. None of the other Boone attorneys have been paid yet. That hearing is at the end of the month, maybe. Any lawyer joining her case knows full well they aren't getting much. They will get whatever assets she still has to her name, which probably isn't much, since 8 lawyers and the victim's family, right, are fighting over it. They have to order it? Okay. Spin says it's the beginning of the month. I can afford it. Also, I did less shopping online last month. Gee, I wonder why. So I have a little extra spending money. Well, thank you, Spins. I appreciate that, ma'am. I do appreciate it. The son of Sam Law. Margaret, I know, she always comes in hot. Michelle says, Callie, click on See Perks and you will see it. You might have to do that from a computer, though. I don't know about your phone. I'm not positive. What about the previous 7 lawyers' fees? Well, see, that's just it. I would think that they would all need to be paid, but some of them were court appointed. Hold on, I'm trying to think how that works. I think because there are a set amount of funds, but I think that once that's gone, that's gone. I'm not positive exactly how all that money is divided. Like, I know that they'll have money for experts, all that kind of stuff, travel expenses, blah, 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 blah. But it goes quick. They all want $15K. Well, there you go. Where do you find area to click accept membership? Callie says she thinks she figured it out. Callie, if you can maybe let Billy know. I'm not sure. I doubt Jodi Arias or Caitlin Armstrong made any money off the movies made about them. I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. All right. Michelle said Sherry Jones closed the chat, then go to See Perks. Tanika said 3 of them will be paid by JAC, Bankowitz, Hobson, and Cashman. Those are the 3 attorneys. They have to share the $15,000. Oh, really? They're fighting for more and will appear before the chief judge end of September. Okay. Callie said go to membership icon, then click on 3 dots, click accept for gifting. That's how I did it. Okay, and Callie, are you on a phone, iPhone, Android, or a laptop? Just so that the people in the chat may know. Thank you for giving that information, though, because I wasn't positive. I know I can never see those options from my phone. I can only see them from my laptop or my computer. But all right, we're going to get back into this.
And she wanted a lawyer.
And I'm going to scooch on through to where we get to the attorney's interview with Vinnie.
20005623.
Take this case. So who would believe in Sarah Boone? Well, someone did step forward to take this case. Yes, an attorney in Florida. Joining me by phone, Sarah Boone's ninth attorney, James Owens. James, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Vinnie, for having me.
Okay, the first question I know everyone's asking you, why? Why did you take this case, James?
Well, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I watch a lot of court TV, and I've been following this case just like all the other true crime people do, and kept watching it being delayed, and the lawyers being switched, and then saw that the judge got fed up and ruled that she had forfeited her right to a court-appointed counsel. And so that's a rare event. As lawyers, we know that, everybody has a right to a lawyer, a court-appointed lawyer, if you can't afford one. So on a serious charge, a felony, in this case, it was a murder, for the judge to revoke that right was a serious decision on his part. I don't disagree. I respect the court's decision, but that left her facing a murder charge without a lawyer, which is unheard of, I think. And so, I watched for a while, and then I saw the ad on your show. And I think that you had said something implying, hey, who's gonna take the case? What lawyer in Florida is gonna pick up the torch, so to speak? And I think you had somebody on, maybe it was a lawyer from the Northeast, and I think I remember that lawyer saying, man, if I was a license in Florida, I'd take the case, under that scenario, because she really needs a lawyer. Everybody needs a lawyer.
He's right. Everybody does need a lawyer. And I agree. He seems to have a flair for the media. He did 2 interviews yesterday. But Tanika, I really feel like he's I don't know. I feel like he sounds like a nice guy, you know? And I wanted to stop right here too, because Tanika, I threw your comment up on the screen, and your profile picture right there cracks me up. I feel like in that picture you just heard something Sarah Boone-ish. You're like, it cracks me up. And totally not a cop. Thank you for the cup of coffee. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All the coffee. Rogue says, all I can say to Mr. Owens, good luck. Not on the trial, but on putting up with Sarah Boone, right? I thought about that too, Callie. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of for publicity. I mean, but I do also feel like he's a nice guy. But then again, I'm naive. So, she has court TV to thank for getting her a ninth lawyer. Right, Patricia? Yeah. Because he literally says, I saw the ad on your show, Vinny. He'll be definitely well known after this circus. Could be an ambulance chaser. He's been practicing since 1986. I mean, a nice guy who is able to tolerate Sarah. I mean, he's got to be a nice guy to tolerate her. He says here it's about spending 4 hours with her, just letting her talk and tell her story. And I'm like, whew, dude, I feel sorry for you. He seems sincere, and his daughter's name is Sarah. I heard that. I like that he said he talked to his wife and daughter before agreeing to take the case, right? I think so too. I just think from the interview, he just sounds like a nice guy, but I liked him 2 minutes after he opened his mouth yesterday in court. I just liked him. No, definitely not. Totally not a cop. Right? Oh, I wanted to punch him right in the forehead so many times. I don't see how Judge Doro stood him. She's the most patient, like the patience of Job. That's what I said the minute he took it, but he seems really good. He doesn't get flustered when the judge denies his motions. He talked to his family before he took the case, which was really cool. I think so too. Good health. She was a rock star. Oh my God. I love her so much. Jennifer Doro is like my female judge wife. Hey, Jerome Smith, welcome. Hello, everyone. My hunch is that Judge Cranick privately hired James because he didn't want to be scolded like a child. So this new attorney may be acting as Sarah's gaggler. That's a new theory. Never thought about that. Daryl Brooks was clueless, lacked self-awareness, and crude. Ugh. Grounds. It's the only thing I can say for Daryl Brooks. Grounds. He probably thinks he can help her. Maybe he does, Ween Baby. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. All right, let's get on with this.
And so the ad came out, and I sat there and waited for 3 or 4 weeks. I can't remember now how long I waited, but I was thinking that a lawyer out of Orlando would pick up the case. Somebody would think, hey, this is not right. There's no way she's going to get a fair trial representing herself. It's unfair.
How does
but
a
there's
whole
a gap in
human
the
fit
system.
in that
The judge made the
suitcase?
decision based on her conduct that she had forfeited a right to a lawyer. I believe that's where the private sector has got to step in. Somebody in the private sector in that situation, and it's rare, should step in. So like I say, I waited. Nobody responded in the local area. So I just happened to have a case down in Hillsborough County that I was going to down in Tampa. And so I knew I was scheduled for court down there. So about a week before that, I sent her a letter, and she had a third party contact me to, I guess, check me out to see if I was legitimate. And
well, I think everyone's been checking you out in the last couple of days, and everybody knows you are absolutely legitimate, James. I mean, you have quite a history.
I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it a long time. So anyway, she reached out to me, and then a couple of days later, Sarah.
There's something about him. He must be from which Carolinas is it that Alec Murdaugh is from? There's something about James Owens' voice that gives me Alec Murdaugh voicey vibes. I don't know what it is. South Carolina. Okay. I get confused on which Carolina, but yeah. I'm wondering if this James Owens dude is not from South Carolina because he has a hard accent, don't you think? Is it just me, or does he sound like a South Carolinian?
Sarah called me from the jail in Orange County in Orlando, and we talked for a little bit, and I explained to her that I was coming down that Wednesday, but I'd come down early and spend Tuesday talking to her, and she agreed. So I drove down Monday after work. Tuesday morning,
can you describe that meeting without, I know attorney-client communications is off limits, but how would you describe that meeting to someone? Like, was it different than meeting other clients for the first time?
The first meeting?
Yeah.
No, it was a 4-hour meeting. I usually don't meet with clients in the jail for that long, so I gave her a chance to talk and just listen.
Oh my God, I love you so much.
For a long time, she had a lot to say. Obviously, she's been in jail for 4 years. And, we had a good meeting. Just, again, I think she has trust issues because she felt like she did have some good lawyers that were on her case and just withdrew.
Did you see Totally Not a Cop? Did you watch the hearing yesterday? Because he really did. Like, I was kind of like wondering when this guy come in, I'm like, okay, what are we going to see when this hearing starts? Are we going to see somebody fumbling? Like, y'all remember the one dude in Chad Daybell who comes in and they're like, we want to be on the defense team and we're going to file a motion, but we don't know how to spell nothing and we're going to have all kinds of mistakes. And then we're going to have a chat with the judge. And the judge was like, yeah, how long have you even been an attorney? Pretty much, in not so many words. I kind of wondered if it's going to be a situation like that, or is this dude going to know what's up? And he did. He went in there. He looked like it was his own courtroom he's used to working in. I mean, good on him. I like him a lot. He's some kind of Southern. He said come down instead of came down. Well, there you go. Trust issues. The woman is bonkers. She's more than bonkers. Jerome says we had a good meeting. Bits and pieces. Sorry, I'm getting notifications from like 2 different cases. Okay. Brenda said I gave her a chance to talk equals her greatest dream come true. That was the guy who went to the University of Timu Law School. Yeah. He does. He has the patience of Job. He does. And Sarah needs that. Now we know who she was seeing when she needed that extra small shirt. But he does have the patience of Job. Anybody that's going to let her sit and talk for 4 hours, yeah.
Drew, because they would get in some arguments about issues, I guess. And so she said they wouldn't even tell her anything at the jail, but the next thing you know, she would, be sent to court and the lawyer had filed a motion to withdraw. So she didn't, trust the lawyers because she didn't know who to trust. She'd been with so many. So a lot of it was just trying to build trust with her. After she talked a little bit, I told her a little bit about myself. So really feeling each other out.
In case you didn't know, right here in this part of Sarah where she's saying, this is horrific. It's horrific. It's horrific. Callie says, of course, it's all the lawyer's fault, not Nutball's fault. Yeah.
And trying to build some kind of rapport was the first meeting, which was about 4 hours. But I think
4 hours.
Early on in the case, I was able to persuade her that I knew what I was talking about because I was prepared. When I got there, I was prepared, and I played part of that 4 hours. I played the prosecutor, and I pulled out the jury instructions, and I made an argument as a prosecutor would make to a jury, and I had her sit there and listen to it. And I think that was effective. I don't think she had anybody ever do that to her and explain it to her that way of how it would play out in court. And that got her attention. And, initially I was going down there. Now, let me tell you, my initial thought going down there was this. She didn't have a lawyer. And once that happens, once they're pro se, then you know as well as I do that all these cases are up for negotiation. Plea agreements are pretty much on the table at any time, and judges recommend, the courts recommend, you try to work cases out. The vast majority of cases get worked out with pleas. So, I talked to her about that, and that was my intent. I'd called the prosecutor and told him I was coming down there to speak with her ahead of time, and he wanted me to file some kind of a notice of appearance, and I didn't want to do that. I wasn't ready to take on the case. So I got her to sign a document essentially saying, hey, I don't want to negotiate directly with you, state attorney. I would like for James Owens to work, just to talk to you.
I don't know.
She signed
That's
that,
fair.
and I did, for a couple of days, talk to the prosecutor. I was trying to resolve it.
Right. And
I felt like the judge is fixing to have a trial, a 3-week trial with a pro se defendant. Prosecutor is fixing to have a trial with a 3-week trial with a pro se defendant. It was not going to be fair. And I felt like they might be in a posture to try to negotiate something that would be doable. So that was my first intent, was not to handle the case, not to try the case. If we got something worked out, then I would file a notice of appearance and we'd set it for a court date to resolve it.
That didn't happen,
was my first. No, it didn't. And, I left that 4-hour meeting. I went to Tampa the next day, had court, and then turns out the investigator that had been assigned to the pro se litigant, Sarah Boone, he was meeting with her that evening at 7. So I asked if I could just join. So I came back over and spent about an hour and a half with her and Billy Lane, the investigator. And we talked some more, and I was convinced that there was going to be no plea bargaining. So I told her I was not representing her and I was leaving. And I emailed the prosecutor or called the prosecutor and said, look, we've reached an impasse. There's no agreement, and I'm not going to be representing her. And I went home. And I want to say a couple of days later, Sarah called me, and we talked some more. And I told her Vinnie,
So, but at this point, she's now reaching out to you because she wants James Owens to represent her.
Well, we did connect. And I think she was overwhelmed being her own lawyer. She was stressed out.
Yeah.
She had all this discovery that she was trying to go over. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know the rules of procedure, rules of evidence. And she had told the judge, I think they'd had a couple of hearings on some issues, and she said, Judge, this is not fair. I don't know what I'm doing. And the judge kept saying, well, I'm sorry, ma'am, but this is your position. So I think she was just thankful that I came down to see her. We had, some good meetings. So I think she really needed some help. So I think that was partly to do with it, but there were still some issues because I think she was let down because I said I wasn't going to represent her.
Right.
So we got off the phone. I still said I wasn't committed to it, but I was thinking about it. But as you know, second-degree murder trial, and the judge had set a firm date for October the 7th, which is really difficult to do. I mean, you pretty much have to shut down your practice for 30 days or 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
And just to try to catch up and just which is essentially what I'm having to do. Now,
you've seen the body cam, all the interrogation videos, the 911 call, and then of course the cell video. It starts there, right? But in terms of getting prepared in 30 days for this trial, that's 4 years old, and a lot of things have happened.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the dude needs a little time, but judge said no. So, I don't know. The judge was clear. I mean, and he specifically said yesterday, no more continuances, no more pausing this, keeping it back. This is moving forward, and under no circumstances, unless, like, I can't remember what the words were that he used, but basically, unless somebody's coming in the door with their hair on fire, this is going to trial on October the 7th. And there was even a little bit of a even if, and one of those hair on fire coming through the door situations does not include new counsel coming on board. And so the dude was like, the new attorney was like, well, there goes my chance, So QB said, I still think he's going to give some more time. He might. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't think he would, but Rogue says, still don't like those smug smiles of hers. That sure as heck won't last when the jury reads the verdict. No. No. I prefer the face that she's making on the thumbnail that I made. Her face. Her like face. I like that one. I think the judge will bend once we get closer to the 7th of October. He's just holding his feet to the fire. That's a good, yeah, I like that too. You and QB are on the same wavelength there. Rogue says October 7th, bring the popcorn. Tylenol and alcohol too, said Callie. Right? He's making sure that he gets as much done as possible. Exactly, Tanika. QB said. He may very well. I mean, I personally think that the attorney needs at least a month. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Can you do it? And will you be ready?
Well, I'm gonna do my best with the time I've got left. That's all I can do. I'm gonna get some help. I've got to get some staff helping me. I've got a couple of lawyers that are buddies of mine that have offered their help. So
I should send that lawyer from the Northeast down to help you. Joseph Krowski is the guy.
Yeah.
We'll let him know that he's the reason that you jumped in the case. He may fly down there to help you. He's up in Boston. Okay. It's cold. He may come down and help you.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I've got two lawyers that, like I say, I think are going to help me. Are pretty much committed to it. They're friends of mine, and I trust them, and they want to help me. And they realize I thought the case was going to be continued. I respect the judge's decision, but I really thought.
Let me ask you this. Have you spoken to any of the other 8?
Yes. I spoke to Ms. Cashman, who was the last lawyer that had it. I've tried to speak to Mr. Padilla out of Miami. He's the one that had the case initially. He had it for about 2 years, maybe 2.5.
Rogue, that comment wins the internet forever. Amen. Love that comment. Talking about bringing the popcorn and the Tylenol and the alcohol, and Rogue, puts the wine and the beer up. And then he says, drink in moderation and don't put anyone in a suitcase. Good advice. Yes. I think it's weird, though, that Sarah already saw Julie Harper back in 22. What's changed in 2 years to get to battered spouse? I don't know. But he's like, that's where he's wanting to go. So I don't know. Good sound advice. Good advice.
Years. He did most of the discovery, took most of the depositions. I think they were pretty much ready for trial or getting close, and he withdrew. But I've tried to call him a couple of times. I know he's been in a double homicide case they just got out of, but I never was able to speak with him.
And you're doing this pro bono? I mean, I don't think she has much.
No.
What are you getting?
Well, Sarah's got to pay me back one day.
Okay. Okay.
That was the agreement I had. I wanted her to understand that she needs to be self-reliant and she needs to be responsible for fees. I've got a bunch of clients that are paying me, and some of them only pay $50 a month. And but it's important to me. It's important to them, that we have an arrangement to make payments, and that's what I told her.
Do you think?
I feel.
Do you think she needs to tell her story in the courtroom?
Well,
listen to this. Listen to his.
Sarah's a unique individual. I don't know. In a criminal case, it's the time to tell her whole story.
She's a unique individual. That's putting it very nicely. Very nicely. Prayers for your Roomba, Margaret, that it doesn't get stuck under the fridge along with your arm and Tommy Tibby.
think if it's necessary, she'll take the stand. We're just going to see how the case plays out. We'll make that decision when the time comes. Of course, she's got a lot to say. She's filed a lot of pleadings, a lot of letters.
We've seen them. Trust me, we've seen. So James, this is what I want to do. I want to stay in contact with you, and then we are legitimately going to reach out to Joseph Krowski to see if he is willing to get down there if he needs an extra hand. But also wanted to let you know that I wanted to let you go now because I know you've got some discovery. You got a couple more hours tonight. You can jump in there and as you get ready for this. But I hope that we can reach out to you as we get closer and closer to the trial and grab a couple minutes of your time.
Thanks, Vinnie. Appreciate you.
James Owens, folks, this is how the system works. It doesn't work if lawyers just look away.
I like what Vinnie says here. I'm going to rewind it because I want you guys to hear this. And QB, this makes me think of you. When I heard him say this last night, it made me really think about your stance in, because QB's always like, y'all think I'm always pro-defense, but I'm not always. And when he says what Vinnie says here really made a lot of sense. And as far as justice, right? Hold on. All right, listen to this.
No, that I wanted to let you go now because I know you've got some discovery. You got a couple more hours tonight. You can jump in there and as you get ready for this. But I hope that we can reach out to you as we get closer and closer to the trial and grab a couple minutes of your time.
Thanks, Vinnie. Appreciate you.
James Owens, folks, this is how the system works. It doesn't work if lawyers just look away and don't jump in like this. Everyone, whether you believe they're guilty or not guilty, it doesn't matter. Without defense attorneys stepping in like James Owens is in this case, the whole system crumbles. It absolutely crumbles. So pretty amazing that he jumped into this as lawyer number 9. Okay, we got a lot to get to still. When we come back, we'll bring in our think tank. What do they think about this?
All right, I think that's pretty much. I wanted to see this part. Hold on a second real quick, though. Let me get to... I think I missed. I was dozing off watching
tonight,
this.
9/8 Central, only on
great lawyers, so there's some... You got to understand, Sarah's been through 8 lawyers, so there's some trust issues. And on both sides, I'm concerned, is she going to try to fire me or we're going to have problems the same way, as you can imagine. But, I like her. She likes me. We communicate well. I think we're both on the same page. And, I spoke to my family, my wife, my daughter Sarah about it. Sarah's thinking about law school, so I got their blessing. I have, some colleagues that I practice law with, a law group there in Milton. And obviously it's going to take some staff to pull something like this off.
How?
I don't know, just the way that he, spoke there. It just, he's like, she may fire me. I don't know. We're getting to know each other. I like her. She likes me. I don't know. I mean, Sarah Boone clearly has unrealistic expectations of the outcome. I think so too. Yeah. I think so too. But I think she's completely, all of her eggs are in the battered spouse defense basket. And, he mentioned her new attorney number 9, mentioned yesterday in the hearing that he brought up to the judge one case that I can't remember when he said it happened, or I don't even know who he was talking about. I think he may have mentioned the name about someone who had used the battered spouse defense and they were acquitted of their murder charge. But, I don't know that there's any equivalent to that situation in Sarah's situation, obviously, right? But We'll see how it all plays out. I don't know. Brenda says, Milton, not interesting. I will have to ask my sister if she's heard of his law firm. He seems honest and not like a slick lawyer that you might find in Miami, you know? He seems like good people. I think so too, Tanika. He just seems like a really good, likable guy. She thinks she can talk her way out of it, like the interrogation. Oof, rogue. You're right. So, he has his think tank come in and do some, stuffs. But that was what I wanted to watch with you guys. I wanted you guys to hear that. I wanted to watch it with you guys. I listened to it last night, and they played it as a premiere, and I listened to it and was like, I'm going to have to play that tomorrow because, you guys, he said he's not doing it for free. I mean, out of all of that, we keep talking about how he seems like a really nice guy and everything, but he's not doing it for free. And he said that it's good for her to know that it's not for free, something to have to work toward or whatever. I mean, good on him. I just hope he likes Dr. Pepper and honey buns, ramen noodles, cigarettes. I don't know. Susan says, what about all the people in jail now who did same under the same circumstances? Never know, Susan, right? That's cheese slices. Is Sarah Boone from Pensacola area or Miami? I think Miami, or is it? Yeah, I think is it Orange County? Is that where Miami is? I don't even know. I'm not positive. But I know that he's like a ways away from her. He has to fly to her. He can't just drive because it's too far of a distance. The principal, exactly, Patricia. The way he talked about her having to pay was like a dad saying his kids needs to use their allowance to pay for something to learn the principles of it. Okay, Orlando. That's right. She's near Orlando. Yep. I knew that her and Stephen Stearns were in close proximity. And then I remember hearing in the interview that the attorney said, he can't just drive there any old time. He has to fly because it's too far a distance apart, which isn't easy, especially when you have a month. I'll be getting me a little Airbnb closer to her for the next month, probably, if I were him. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out today. So we have, I had a whole nother stream lined up for today. I need to go see if that is in progress at the moment. Let me go look real quick. Ooh, Lord, Krispy Kreme is celebrating Barbie's 65th anniversary with bright pink donuts. Lord have mercy. Krispy Kreme is doing the most. They came out with a Dr. Pepper donut a while back. I bet they did that just for Sarah Boone. And she can't even have Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, Lord. All right. I wanted to go here. Let me run somewhere real quick and see. My goodness, you guys, it looks like the FBI keep upping Sebastian Rogers' reward It was $50,000. Now it's $100,000. $100,000 reward for anything leading to Sebastian Rogers. And it looks like Dog the Bounty Hunter is involved. Gotta love some Dog the Bounty Hunter. Wow. Nice. All right. I'm looking for. Hold on a second, you guys. Hold on. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum. Da 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 da. QB just sent me a bunch of laughy faces. Probably because I'm sitting here humming. Dog has been involved. When did he start? This is the first I've ever heard of Dog the Bounty Hunter looking for Sebastian Rogers. Jerome Smith, I'm sorry. That's my song I hum. Like it sticks in my brain. That song, yeah. I don't even realize I'm humming it until I catch myself humming it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I love Sanford and Son too. But yeah, I've got the link. I've got it ready. But I didn't. It says 3 minutes. They haven't took it off yet. I'm just wondering if it's still on. Let me run over here and grab my link because y'all know I've got another stream set up and ready to go today for the judge jumper trial. We're going to start that. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to enter the stream. Hold on. Judge jumper. View. Copy. Why does it not have the thumbnail? I thought I had the thumbnail. Edit. Public. Save. 4:30. All right. View. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a train wreck today. Copy. I'm going to have to. Why is that thumbnail not wanting to go? Open. Apply. Save. Okay. All right. So I have the link. It is scheduled for Sanford and Son is my ringtone for my mom. Yeah, my brother-in-law, Mickey's husband, Mickey Jor's husband, that's his thumbnail. That's his ringtone for somebody. I can't remember who though. Or it used to be anyway. There's no denying George was abusive, but the video proves she was not in fear for her life. She had him at her mercy and chose to leave him there. There's no battered spouse talking in that video. I feel like it's a joint, you know? I feel like they're both. It's the big one, Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you. Full of glasses near the phone like Fred did. Miss King says, mine is a brand account. I don't know how to change that. I'm behind in the chat. So brand accounts, Miss King, it won't let you have memberships. It won't let you. I don't know if it won't let you be a member or if it just won't let you accept membership gifts when you have a brand account. I know that. She doesn't, Mary Lou. I do not let her, because if she does, then she won't go to bed at night. So, all right, you guys, it is 4:30. I'm going to post the link. Oops, wrong thing. Here you go. All right, here's the link. I'm going to be there in a moment because we're going to start opening statements today in the Deobra Redden case. He's the trial. He's the dude that jumped the judge's bench and attacked the crap out of her. So we're going to watch that. That dude's a whole lot. They were toxic together. One of them was bound to end up dead at the hands of the other. Oh, there was always something going on with them guys, with those two. You guys, thank you so much for all of you who come to hang out with us today and talk about Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. I don't know about her, y'all. But thank you for coming and hanging out. I'm going to be heading over to the next stream. We're just like live stream hopping today. And start over there. And if you guys have not yet hit the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it before you leave this stream. And if you are new, I would love for you to subscribe, click the notification bell, and then continue to hang out with us. We're here all the time. And replay crew, make sure to put a hashtag replay in the comments down below. All right. I'm going to go start this next one. And then I need to go hug my baby because she's home from school. And I need to go give her a hug and a kiss. So I'm glad, Rogue. Thank you for that. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We'll see you guys over there in just a moment. I love you all. Bye.